Oh, welcome back. This was a heartwarming video, I thought. This lady actually tricked her dog. She tricked her dog into thinking that she was going for a walk. It's just another day. You know, come on, Rover. We do this every day. Let's go for a walk, boy. Walk in the woods. Got all dressed up. She even got her shoes. Got the whole outfit, the whole ensemble. And this looks like her running outfit, her hiking, or whatever she wanted. And this is a senior citizen. Look at her move. Look at her move. Oh, man. Watch out. And this is a senior. This is a senior citizen. She really wanted to get away from that thing. You can tell that's what she was doing. She risked tripping, twisting her ankle, being injured. Oh, startled and confused. Oh, this happens all the time. This happens all the time. Case after case, yet they're so loved. Look at it. Yeah, mutt. No more freeloading. No more leeching. You know? We don't like welfare recipients. That's all dogs do. At least people on Section 8 pay some rent. Whether it be $50, $80. At least they gotta cough up something. Dogs, they're worse. Worse than any type of leech or parasite. And that's why they get abandoned so often. The majority of bad stories where people share stories of their bad experiences with a pet, just Google it. They pretty much exclusively talk about dogs. A dissatisfied pet owner who is a new owner is usually, or was usually, the owner of a dog. But you all knew that.
Can we talk to them? What now? Ma'am, it's the police! Here he comes, here he comes, here he comes, here he comes, here he comes! Okay. That's good. Ignore the dog.
They edited it. They blurred it out. And I didn't even show it. Even though they blurred it out as soon as they blurred out the dog before he shot it. But I didn't even want to show that. You know how YouTube get, man. But this was a good example, I thought, of people being forced to shoot dogs in self-defense. Now, check your state. I can almost guarantee you're allowed to shoot dogs in self-defense in your state. In my state, it simply requires that the dog be approaching you or charging at you in an aggressive manner. And for the most part, most, if not all, attacks by humans onto dogs was in self-defense. People just don't go around attacking dogs. That's not something people do. In rare occasions, you might have a mentally ill person who does do that. In all cases, it's either a case of the person being attacked or being driven crazy. Constantly, day after day, being harassed. Aside from that, the average person does not go around launching unprovoked attacks on dogs. But yet, as we all know, every time they find a dog with injuries, they claim or assume it was abused. And this is a criminal on the run. For whatever reason, well, this is a new article. Surfaced, I think, a few hours ago. It hasn't been a day yet, even though it says Friday, April 5th, 2024. And I've seen a number of media outlets report on it. It's one of those stories. They always have to make viral tear-jerker nutter stories that they think will touch the hearts and soul of the dog lovers. So whenever they find a worthless mutt that has been shot or injured, or sometimes it's not even an injury really, they'll just turn it into an injury. They gotta try to spread those stories. Well, yet again, this happens all the time, they found another dog with injuries. See the headline: dog suffers traumatic brain injury after being shot in the face during morning walk, owner says. During morning walk. Keep that phrase close in mind, because when you read that, you picture in your head a dog owner with his dog on a leash, maybe walking, and then some guy pops up with a gun, shoots the dog in the face. That's what it sounds like to me. And look how they started off. They immediately try to manipulate the emotions of dog lovers. And this is a quote: "He still shows nothing but unconditional love when we see him every single day by licking us, wagging his tail," the owner said. Now, seeing that we are the world's only dog attack experts, let me enlighten the general public. When a dog licks you, it is not trying to kiss you. It's not affection. That's their way of begging for food. And sometimes they just like to lick your salty skin. It's not a kiss. And when a dog wags its tail, that's not a sign that it's happy. It's not always a sign that it's happy. So sad. They're sharing the dog's name. I won't. It has no name. It's a thing. It's property. And even less valuable than property. Okay, they're having a sob party here. Shared the GoFundMe. I won't. But look at what they said. This is according to the GoFundMe post. You know what? Let's go to the GoFundMe post. Why not? And look, and you can tell that dog attacked. It looks evil. You just look at it. That evil looking demon. Can't make this up. Look at this. Hi, my name is Nicholas, and this is my dog. And this morning, he went outside to use the bathroom, and he ran off. So once again, they just let their dog out. No leash. Let it out the front door and close the door. This is not even legal. It's not even legal. You don't have any supervision over this dog. And they do this, these nutters do this all the time. And they expect it to come knocking at the door after it's used the restroom like a kid. Dense. So there's your story. That's the short and long of it. It ran off. So we already know what happened next. As soon as it encountered someone, it tried to attack them. They said it was only gone for 5 minutes So how would you know that? So if it was only gone 5 minutes and then when you went for looking for it, that means it immediately ran off. Sniffed on the ground for a few seconds and just took off. How irresponsible is that? Just report to us your negligence, why don't you? So after 5 minutes, they went looking for it and they heard several gunshots. Shortly after that, they saw the dog trying to walk back home, but was scared and extremely hurt, so it hid under a vehicle. We ran to it and called for help immediately. It was transported to a nearby vet where it underwent surgery. It was shot twice in the head and somehow is alive. One bullet went in and out of its head on the jawline. Second bullet was between the eyes. Between the eyes, at the top of the snout. That dog was lunging after somebody. There's a gunshot. And this mutt got shot dead on. It was going after him. Wow. And they're still trying to project it as the victim. Second bullet went between its eyes at the top of the snout and was lodged in the back of its throat. Sound like it had its mouth open going after somebody. Otherwise, how'd this happen like this? We're supposed to ignore all that, right? All the evidence that y'all sharing yourselves. You building a case against the dog yourself. And yourself. The 5 minutes the thing had disappeared. Idiots. This is how people get hurt. Nutters like this. Look at this behavior. You think, is this good neighborly behavior? Insane. Back of throat, where they're able to extract 2/3 of the bullet, leaving 1/3 of the bullet fragment in it. We are extremely worried about it and if it will pull through. We'd appreciate it, any help at all with the upcoming medical bill. So you want people to give you money because someone in the neighborhood defended themselves from your dog. Yeah. And they already got almost $15,000 in little to no time. See how media outlets, they share stories like this, like immediately, and it just, goes viral. And these people get rewarded for endangering the neighborhood. That's all this is. They get rewarded for endangering people in their community. That's all this was. A nutter, let the dog roam. Basically, you just let it roam. Supposed to have it on a leash. Try to attack somebody. That person defended themselves. Now you project the dog as a victim and you get rewarded. That's the world we living in today. You're going to do $15,000. Worthless mutt. You don't have many dogs you could purchase with that much, which is probably what they'll do. Oh, thank you for the GoFundMe, but we had to put him down. What idiot in their right mind? Dogs, how much they cost nowadays? About $50? What would you do? What would the majority of y'all do out there, dog lovers? You get $30,000 and you can just get a dog, purchase dog, probably the same looking dog, about $100. Look how idiotic that is. If they were to spend all that money on the dog, that would be the dumbest thing they could possibly do. So they just simply pocket it. What a hustle. My issue is the way they're dealing with it. They've offered a $5,000 reward, if I'm not mistaken, for information leading to the person's arrest. Yeah, $5,000. Animal rights group Desmond's Army Animal Law Advocates offering $5,000 for information leading to the arrest and prosecution of the person or people responsible for shooting this dog. And again, look at this evil looking mutt. Now, whoever shot this dog, let me say, I know that you shot it in self-defense. We all know that you shot it in self-defense. I mean, you don't have to explain nothing to me. Just look at this evil, demonic looking mutant. They're trying to, look, got shot dead on. How is that even possible if it wasn't attacking this man? Huh? You think it crept up behind it and said, "Here, boy," and waited till it turned and looked at him? Wow. Okay, sir or ma'am, whoever shot this dog, we know you did it in self-defense. We know how these things are. We know that they're bloodthirsty, evil, demonic mutants that attack humans and livestock every single day. 14,000 dog bites every day in the United States alone. 14,000. It's their nature to attack and terrorize people, everything living. But understand that you got the law on your side. When you have to shoot these things in self-defense, like I'm positive you did, pull out your phone, call the police. Do not leave the scene, because none of this would be happening if you stay at the scene. No matter what, always go in accordance with the law. Because as soon as you break the law, now you're just viewed as the criminal. Even though when the truth was you shot the dog in self-defense. Pull out your phone, call the cops, wait till they show up. And when they show up, explain to them what happened. I was walking down the street, taking out the trash, whatever. Dog came up, tried to attack me. I had to defend myself. And I'm sure this is not the first time this person has been outside with their firearm, because it sounds like this is like a nightly thing that these terroristic nutters do. That's probably why the person was armed, because this nutter does this all the time. Just let their dog roam around. We don't have to accept being terrorized like that, people. Stop running away. Stop acting like a criminal, especially when you know you did it in self-defense. Ridiculous. Look at this. According to the outlet, the dog, and it's a quote, has a track record of getting out of the house. What did I tell you? That don't count for nothing, I guess, right? They said the dog literally pushed an air conditioner out of a window to get out of the house one day in the summer. She said the dog is an escape artist. What does it sound like to you? It sounded like a neighbor terrorizing her neighbors or his neighbors. So why is Yahoo defending this person? Why are you talking about this person as if they're some type of victim? You're not a victim. You're the perpetrator. You're the ones having the cops called on you all the time. You're not the one calling the cops on anybody else. But immediately, no matter what, These people always, I'm talking about the media, they always project these people as the victims. That is so Twilight Zone-ish to me. So they have to get pushed back. They deserve all the pushback they get. Lord, shout out to AP in the super chat. And shout out to AP, who's been a member of the channel for 9 whopping months. This afternoon, made a new community post to ask tough questions about domestic dog culture. All of you will enjoy reading it. Most definitely, be sure to subscribe to and follow AP in the building, putting in work. Dog culture, man, it's a bad look on society. It's a very bad look. You know, the deeper you get into it, the more you see how these people terrorize their neighbors. You shouldn't be projected as a victim when you are explaining to us why you're the perpetrator. Let thing out all the time. It escapes all the time. And somebody was prepared this time. Supposed to be the victim? No. Earlier this week, Owen shared a photo of the canine's x-ray on Facebook. Oh, this dog has suffered a traumatic brain injury and it shouldn't have been attacking nobody. And you shouldn't have been letting it out every night. Pathetic. Media, anybody who reports on a story like this, the only thing they should be talking about is how irresponsible it is to do this. It could have been a child who didn't have a gun. How backwards this is. That's all we should be talking about. Like, are you out of your mind? You just letting your dog out every night? Nobody cares where the bullet went. They're just running a sob story now. So this is disgusting. It's disgusting. This is so petty that they even sharing with us that the dog had a fever. A fever? Can't make this up. You cannot make this up. Like, so, hey, you know what? If you are the person who shot this dog in self-defense, share your story with us. Share your story with us. And look, maybe you ran away because you panicked. Okay, it might not be too late. Think about it. Check the laws in your state, wherever you are, and it might not be too late. The one thing we don't want is to report you having been arrested where you could have simply got off by following the law. It's real sad. Shout out to everybody. Oh yeah, able to join me for this brief live stream. And I hope you're able to join me on the next as we continue with this crusade.